welcome back to my channel once again. My name is Chisem Obiwu and today's video is quite special. But first, thank you to everyone that did engage in my previous graduation vlog. Thank you so much. I do really appreciate. So today's video is quite special, and why I'm actually making this video is that I've actually come from a place of growth and I'm actually living a different lifestyle compared to a couple of years ago. So I felt like I should really share like my ideas on how to move from a life of average and actually living a very robust, elevated, and extraordinary life. So come with me on this journey if you're on that journey of growth and you're moving on to a different lifestyle. So stay tuned if this is what you're looking out to watch. Guys, so I'm going to be talking about living an average life today. So personally, I would define like an average life to simply mean like choosing to live a life that's mediocre, or a run-of-the-mill life, like you're like anything goes, or you are choosing to live a life of insignificance. Now, there are various factors that would actually influence why people choose to live average lives, but I think I just narrowed it down to like three reasons, three causes. So the first thing would be that lack of training and guidance, meaning that from your background you have like no mentors, or perhaps you have like uneducated parents that really didn't teach you how to maximize your potential. Now, the second point will be that lack of capacity. So it can be like a cause for not developing great habits that would help you live a life that's no longer average. And it also tells about what sort of experience you have gained that would actually shaping and sharpen your mindset to move away from thinking average. Now, the third point is about what sort of environment have you been cultured in? What sort of environment did you grow up in? Did you grow up in an environment where being average was not tolerated? Or did you grow up in an environment whereby when you begin to go above and beyond standards, you are being rewarded? So these factors actually influence your choice or even your involuntary decision to act in a way that's average. Now, I talked about 3 points about your background, your experience, and of course, what level of exposure have you been exposed to? For instance, have you been going to very high places? Have you been taught the need and essence for you to be excellent, perhaps in life or in your job, or even the kind of choices and the decisions you have taken in the past? Has it been from a place of average, or did it come from a place of top level behaviors? Now, I think it's very important to talk about 3 areas that influence how you can escape an average life. It's a very tough one, but these are really steps that you need to evaluate, like have a holistic evaluation of how you spend, firstly, your time, and then secondly, how do you spend or how do you expend your efforts, and the third point would be how do you expend your resources. These are 3 critical areas that you should look out if you want to escape being average. So for instance, you've not had that experience, you have not had that exposure, and you're not coming from perhaps a wealthy or a background that really have like top level values that would help you escape living a life of average. So guys, now let's talk about firstly time. So are you the kind of person that tracks your time, how you spend your time in a week, for instance, or how you spend your time in a day? So those steps that you do not take would actually serve as an indicator to say that you are definitely living a life of average. So meaning that you are just allowing people decide how you spend your time, which is totally wrong. So it's very important that you track how you spend your time, so you can easily track the kind of habits that you're actually being the major actor of. Then you can track areas to see where you should be spending more time in and areas where you should not spend so much time in. Now, the next point is with the efforts. I always say this, that life is almost like a game of chess, and you're either a pawn that people are actually trying to play to go across your kingdom or to enter into a kingdom, or you are a queen or you're a king, and then you're making the decisions. So people that live very top level, not mediocre lives, they always take high consideration of their time. For instance, you want to meet with like a very notable person. Trust me, it will be so difficult to get into their calendar except you have very close relationships with them. I'll tell you a story. For instance, you want to meet a top level person like I mentioned earlier. They are already booked. like for the whole spread of the year. Like there's no space left. That's because they've decided not to be average. They've decided to actually go out there and then manage their time. Some of them even still have like personal like PAs, personal assistants that manage their whole calendar. So all of a sudden you just want to come in and then you want to, oh, I want to see you. Like for what? Like what exactly? What's the value you're going to bring to the table that would just prompt me to want to have a meeting with you? So it goes a lot to say how you should manage your time, you should manage your effort. How do you spend your effort? Because if you don't make those decisions, someone will be making those decisions for you. And trust me, humans are not that kind, for them to just want to give you the best things of life. So it's up to you to decide what exactly you want to do with your efforts, and then your time, and then your resources. Now let's come on to resources. Who can tell me, like, there are various kinds of resources. Now these resources actually influence your level, if you're going to be average or if you're going to be like top level, have a fantastic lifestyle. So it's up to you to make those decisions if you want to be a person that's of value, a person that have like full control of their life and that's not living a mediocre lifestyle. I know this is not just easy for you to all of a sudden to start to practice, but once you begin to start to practice, your level of managing your life, managing your time, and ensuring that your resources are not spent in any way. Like I watched one particular video on YouTube, and the lady was talking about how you should label where you spend your money on. So it's very important that you always track, always monitor, always reflect, and always live a life of constant and never-ending improvement. My next video, I'm going to be talking about how to maximize your resources. Of course, there are different kinds of resources. So if this is what you're looking out for, please stay tuned for my next video. See you again soon. Bye.